We've been operating this line, including a dual bar K600i high-speed printer on this AB Graphics Omega SRI slitter rewinder inspection system. It's great for printing variable data where you need a high degree of data integrity throughout the process. Variable data printing is used for a number of different applications. One of the key ones you see today is with logistics labels, where there's been this rapid growth in e-commerce and online retail. Another application is in the area of brand protection, where you see the requirement for data to help prevent anti-counterfeiting and avoidance of parallel trade. This is common for products such as pharmaceutical, security and tobacco. And the third application is in promotional gaming. This is where we want greater brand engagement with the consumer, forcing them to go to websites to find out if they've won the prize. It gives brands further access to consumer involvement. All of these applications represents great added value for the label converter, unique capability they can offer their customers. The K600i here is mounted on this AB Graphics slitter rewinder inspection system, but we've sold almost 500 K600i's for retrofits onto conventional label presses and onto finishing lines, including things like web extensions over the line. So it can be both an inline or an offline process. Now what I'd like to do is just show you the line running. We're running this line at 150 meters a minute. This particular application includes 4 labels across, and each label has 3 separate codes. It's got 2 2D codes, one of which is a QR code and the other one is a data matrix code, and it has a linear barcode on the label. The codes are changing all the time, and we're printing 350,000 labels per hour, or over 1 million different code changes per hour. I'd now like to give you some guide on this machine itself. Here we have an unwind. It goes into a buffer system. The purpose of the buffer system is so we can reverse the web where we have missing labels or potentially any quality issues, and we want to maintain the data sequence all the way through the production job. So this allows us to reverse the web so we can take out those and reprint to keep the sequence consistent. Then there is a splicing table. There is the K600i that will give you a little bit more detail about in a minute. Then we have the Domino Editor Starlight controller, which is handling the variable database for printing on the K600i. We have the AB Graphics inspection system, which is the Fly-E inspection system. And then we have slitting and finally rewind. And that's the AB Graphics Omega SRI slitter rewinder inspection system, incorporating a Domino K600i high-speed variable data printer. Giving you a bit more detail now about the K600i, the version we have here is a dual bar. The high-speed version runs 150 meters a minute with our best quality mode, and with slightly lower optical density we can run up to 200 meters a minute. There is a single bar version of this that will run 75 meters a minute with optimum print quality and faster with reduced optical density. It's available in 7 different bar lengths as standard. The one we have here is the 445 millimeters bar length, or 17 inches, but we actually produce these from 108 millimeters or 4¼ inches up to 781 millimeters, which is nearly 31 inches. So they're available in 7 different bar lengths. In addition, we have the capability to integrate, and we have facilities that enable us to integrate this on things like label presses and finishing lines. That includes the roller section that we actually have underneath here, plus web extension solutions. Besides the printer, we have 2 different data controller options. This is the Editor Starlight controller. It's a universal controller. It's very good for handling multiple different database files that then get formatted for printing production jobs. Our other controller solution is called the editor rip controller, and that's designed for larger systems, wider systems with more complex data requirements, or where customers prefer a PDF workflow. And in those instances, multi-page PDFs are designed and produced offline, sent to the editor rip where they're printed. So that's the system we have here today. Obviously, we know in Domino you have a choice of inkjet printer suppliers. Domino's been producing inkjet for 40 years, and that expertise is reflected in our printer technology we have here. Within Domino, we have three key features in the K600i that give unique capability, improved reliability, and greater flexibility in use. We call these things intelligent technology or iTech features. And in the K600i, we have iTech Clean Cap, Active Flow, and Stitch Link. Paul will now activate the Clean Cap function on this printer, but at the same time, you can see the graphic which will show you how Clean Cap works. So Clean Cap basically is our automated method of wiping, purging, maintaining the print head so that it's available for use at any time. We don't need to have manual intervention with wipes and operator engagement, which takes up more time, including the risk of damage and downtime. This is a completely automated process where the print head goes back into the cleaning station, and the whole process takes 1 minute before the start of the day's production. But the other function of Clean Cap is its capping capability. So when you're not using the printer, we have to maintain the performance of in this particular version, over 20,000 nozzles. The system is put back into the Clean Cap station where it's left capped and protected from dust and the environment, so that it's, the reliability is maintained for your next usage. The second iTech or intelligent technology feature is Active Flow. Active Flow is a continuous ink circulation system that we have within each print module that is located within the print bar, and that helps to avoid the formation of air bubbles. If you get air bubbles within an inkjet printing system, then the impact is diverted jets, poor print quality, potentially rejected products. So it's essential that we maintain a high degree of jetting performance, and that's what Active Flow provides through that continuous recirculation capability. Finally, we have Stitch Link. Stitch Link is our micro motor controller system that enables us to align the three modules or the multiple modules, depending on the part width we have within the K600i. Because if they're not aligned, then we'll tend to get white lines formed between the modules. So it's a highly precise process, so we can align those modules in two different axes to give optimum print quality, less operator involvement, and reduced risk of product rejects. So, intelligent technology from Domino, Clean Cap, Active Flow, and Stitch Link. What I'd like to do now is give you a quick summary of this system. So as I said, the K series is available in a single speed, single bar solution, or a dual speed, high speed solution. It's available in 7 different print widths. It also has 3 different ink types. So it's got a UV curable ink, LED curable ink, and then aqueous ink that can be installed in the system. It can run between 75 meters a minute up to 200 meters a minute. It's available with 2 controller solutions. One is a universal controller for different databases. That's called our Editor Starlight controller, and the other is the Editor RIP, supporting a PDF workflow with multiple page PDFs. In this instance, we've mounted it on AB Graphics Slitter Rewinder inspection system, but it's also readily available for integrating onto existing production equipment, such as flexo presses or on finishing lines. I'd like to thank you for your time, and hopefully we'll be talking to you in the future. Thank you very much.